Hello and welcome back to FTTV. We are back again with another episode of our weekly podcast. I'm your host Ali, joined with my fellow co-host Jawad. Jawad, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. And before we get started, just another reminder to hit the subscribe button. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up before even watching it. That would be highly appreciated. Ali, a lot of things going on in the world of football. Let's get into it.
Let's talk about the disappointments of the European Championship so far. Croatia have hugely disappointed their fans. They don't look like a team from the 2018. Obviously, the age is a big factor in their squad, but still you expect a little more with the quality of the players that they possess in their team. And same goes for England. Everybody was hyping their attack up and saying like the likes of Grealish, Sancho, Sterling, Kane will dominate the European Championship, and they have a home advantage as well when it comes to their fixtures. Don't you think they have been extremely disappointing on all fronts?
Scotland came to Wembley and got a historic result. Holding the Three Lions to a 0-0 draw is a very disappointing result. English fans were very excited after their initial performance against Croatia. They seemed very, very bright. But people were forgetting that they only managed to score one goal against Croatia. It wasn't a tremendous showing by the attacking trident that they have. Now, obviously, forms go in and out, and Harry Kane hasn't scored in the Euros so far, and I was predicting him to take the Golden Boot, which is kind of disappointing to me, but I feel like if that squad is fully fit, it does have what it takes to make a deep run. I don't see them winning the Euros, but I do see them going through to the round of 16. But it's been very, very disappointing, both from Croatia and from England. Now, let's talk a little bit about Croatia. One thing that we missed out on, even though they are an aging squad, is that they're missing a true number 9. Now, they had Mandzukic the last World Cup that they were playing in, but this time around, they don't. They've got Rebic playing through the middle, and Rebic's favorite position is on the left. Now, he always loves to cut inside, play his partners through, and he doesn't have someone who can actually finish the ball for him. And that's where I feel like Croatia is really, really struggling. Against England, the way they lined up was they had Rebic through the middle and they had Perisic on the left. If you had noticed in the game, most of the time, both of the players are playing out wide, and that left side was overloaded, which can be to their advantage. But if no one is in the middle to finish it, that's where the problems really start to come in. What do you think?
I think Rebic missed a very easy chance in the last fixture. He's not the go-to player if you want to get goals. He's more of a creator, and I think he's being played out of position. But that is not my main concern with Croatia. Croatia as a unit don't look very lively. They look at times awkward with their transition from midfield to attack. Their defense looks shaky. Even though they have a Vida, who is a very experienced defender, was playing in the last World Cup, was brilliant and was a crucial part in taking the team to the final. He has been kind of slow and disappointing for me. Luka Modric is slowly becoming the 60-minute player that Pirlo became at the end of his Juventus career. So the whole team is in shambles right now for Croatia, and I won't be surprised if they go out. When I come to England, I have a few concerns. If I was the coach of England, Raheem Sterling will play at the right-hand side, and if you look at the left-hand side, you have Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish. Sterling will be my fourth choice left winger if I really have to play him. Bukayo Saka will get the nod ahead of him. He has been absolutely poor, and hats off to Guardiola for getting 20 goals out of a player like Raheem Sterling, who has a very poor end product. Kane, absolutely disappointing. If I recall a couple of years ago when Tottenham were playing Liverpool in the final of the Champions League, Harry Kane was absolutely poor in that match. He was coming back from an injury and he was rushed into the starting 11. Right now he looks like that version of Harry Kane, not the goal-scoring genius that we saw this season in the Premier League. Apart from that, Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips are similar kind of players. You don't want to make a mistake of playing two holding defensive midfielders who don't fluctuate in the entire pitch. That is a big concern for me as well. I think this is entirely on Gareth Southgate, and Tyrone Mings as a left-sided centre-back looks extremely poor.
I absolutely agree with you. And the way that things are going, it could be that England might end up facing either Portugal or potentially Germany in the round of 16. And if they end up facing Portugal, I don't see them making a deeper run than that. And unfortunately, the football will not be coming home. As much as I hate to say this, but I feel like the talent in middle of the park is very, very good for England. It's not at the level that Portugal has. Portugal has a very good
True.
midfield, which I feel like would dominate if they were to come across England in the round of 16. And if you look at the match against Scotland, they took 9 shots and only 1 on target. It really tells you the whole story of what was going on. A thoroughly disappointing performance by England against Scotland. To be honest, the way the table is set up right now, let me just look it up. Czech Republic with 4 points, now England with 4 points, and then both Croatia and Scotland with a point each. Now obviously Croatia is yet to play Scotland, and I feel like Croatia would take that one, so that's 4 points from there. And it's going to be a difficult game with an informed Czech Republic team against a non-firing English team. Who do you see winning the next game between them?
I think Czech Republic will shock everyone and get a 2-1 win, because the West Ham boys, Kufal and Souček, look absolutely devastating, and they have a threatening presence. Czech Republic have a very good coach, and when they attack, the entire teams move a couple of steps forward. So that is very interesting to see. And everybody was saying like Croatia would dominate them because of the likes of Kovacic and Modric, but it was exactly opposite. It was a very good game, a very aggressive game. Both teams had chances, and 1-1 was a fair result. But Czech Republic really impressed me in this tournament so far, and I think they will shock England.